Hello, my name is Courtney and I'm a recovering addict. I was born into a family with a long history of addiction and abuse. My father was an alcoholic and struggled with depression. He committed suicide when I was 1 year old. When I was 5, my mother remarried a man who was an alcoholic and abusive to my mother, siblings, and me. I spent most of the time feeling uncomfortable, lonely, not safe, ashamed, and scared. I struggled in school academically and socially. When I was 9, I was sexually abused by my brother. At 14, I was raped by my first boyfriend. I felt extremely violated and began to suffer depression. The people I loved most, who were supposed to protect me, hurt me. I began to drink and smoke to escape the feelings of worthlessness and shame. It gave me some relief from the pain, but it was only temporarily. I was still deeply depressed and made several attempts to end my life. By the time I was 16, I felt hopeless. I dropped out of high school and moved out on my own. I turned to boys and hard drugs to fill the emptiness I felt inside. The attention I got from men made me feel beautiful and wanted. By then I had a young daughter and needed to provide for her. I worked at a massage parlor, which made it easy to make money, but that only led to more men and more drugs. This lifestyle became the addiction. Being numb became the norm. Numb. Despite the brokenness, I remained very close with my siblings, my brother in particular. He was also struggling with addiction, and unfortunately, on the night of his 30th birthday, his life ended tragically as a result of an overdose. He didn't mean to die, he just wanted to get high. Actually, I was supposed to be with him that night and was to take him to rehab the next morning. I felt responsible. The grief and the loss was terrible. I began experiencing with new drugs like tranquilizers, opiates, and heroin. Things spiraled out of control, and in a short time, I had 2 DUIs and lost my driver's license. The only joy and hope I had in life that kept me going was my daughter. But using takes away choice and judgment, so as much as I loved her, I struggled to care for her and make good decisions. When she went off to college, I felt empty and very alone inside. Every night I prayed that God would show me a way out. One night, my sister and brother-in-law called me and offered to move me to Ohio for a fresh start. I moved, had some success, but struggled with relapsing. My family could not cope with the chronic relapses, so they gave me a choice: to leave or to get help. I chose to get treatment at Amethyst and began the outpatient program until I could get into their long-term program in my own apartment. I learned about my addiction and how trauma had impacted my life. Amethyst gave me everything I needed. I was able to live in my own apartment without worrying what I was going to do for finances. It helped me with the sexual abuse, self-esteem, and setting healthy boundaries, and what a healthy relationship meant. Working with my counselor, we discovered it was likely that I suffered from a traumatic brain injury, and I was referred to Southeast and OSU for additional help. My goals to achieve before I leave this program are to further my education, get my driver's license, and a car in order for me to be self-sufficient and employed. I would like to help spread the message and hope and recovery and do missionary work. Amethyst helped me to build my confidence and strength, so I believe I can accomplish these things, and for that I feel blessed. I would not have the strong, loving relationship with my family and friends or have learned how to love myself enough to stay sober and dream of a new future. I am hopeful that by sharing my story, I can make a difference for other women who are lost in this disease, so they too know that there is a way out. I am truly grateful for all of you who help us and that sponsor and support the work here at Amethyst. I owe Amethyst my life. I truly feel blessed to be a part of it.